Hello everyone, welcome to today's live stream. It's going to be, I'm not sure, I'm going to try to do both races this evening. I jumped onto Gran Turismo for the first time in weeks an hour ago. And I'm in the M3 here for the Nations Cup? Yeah, Nations Cup. M4, sorry. M4 2014. I slapped on a quick Ronaldo green livery and I'm trying to get a low 48 with this car. It's quite snappy on entry, which feels exactly like the BMW I raced at the Nordschleife this weekend. Got so much to talk about there, so I'm going to try and fit that in between, keeping this thing out of the walls. So I have definitely been missing Gran Turismo, and I've been out of practice, so I'm quite slow at the moment, honestly. So it's not a good place to start with a walled garden in an N300 car with no grip, but we're going to give it a shot. I'm not sure if anyone here has some strategy recommendations for this race. I assume because we're in the N300s that tire wear is probably not going to be an issue, so unless the fuel consumption is very high, I suspect this could be a no-stopper 9-lapper. So that will be quite fun. I'm pretty prone to penalties in this game, so I reckon my target should be to stay away from the penalties. Whoa! So the main thing with this car is you got to balance the throttle on entry. So you'll see, like there, I just tapped the throttle. I think that's a penalty. Let's see. Yeah, that's a penalty. So the crazy thing with this track is it's quite random with the penalties with the FIA races, because I remember the last time I raced here, you couldn't even touch those big sausages without getting a penalty. Anyway, you got to balance the throttle to get the rear stabilized on entry. So like here, you brake quite early and just teasing the throttle a little bit on the entry. I reckon it's because this differential is quite sensitive. So you'll see, like, if you go through this long left-hander full gas, you're going to understeer at the exits. That's like as the tires start to grip on themselves, and they'll push you wide. And I think that's related to the differential. I have no other theories around that. Braking here, you got to brake in as straight a line as possible and get on the power as early as you can. So shorten the corner, which means make the hairpin last for as short a time as possible, and don't do like what I just did there, is touch the walls, and then run as straight a line here as you can. Oh, I forgot I had a penalty. As straight line as you can through the tunnel and up the hill, changing gear at the perfect points. To do a 47 around here, which is what the aliens are doing, you need time to understand the car that you're driving and understand its sort of its dynamics and how it moves around, and you need perfect timing in terms of your braking and turning points. Whoa! And how close, at what point through the corner you can get on the power, and then getting this thing right is key. Whoa! So I think that's another penalty. Let's see. I'm still trying to understand how hard I can push through there, so that wasn't a penalty. It's all very confusing sometimes. I think that's going to give me a lot of problems, so actually let's try in the next 6 minutes to not take massive risk there, because that's going to be my Achilles heel, is overdoing it in the chicane. Oh, balance it, David, balance it. As always with these street tracks, good qualifying is important. In real life, my qualifying this year has been much better compared to last year, so I'm pretty happy with that. I raced at the Spa 12-hour 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, we had a lot of tire failures, a lot. But in qualifying, I was fastest in the first sector, which is La Source and Eau Rouge, which means purple sectors, and then we got slowed down by one of my heroes, Frank Stippler, in an Audi R8 going up to Lacombe. So it was good to know that I had some qualifying potential, which is usually my weakest point in motorsport. And yeah, it was also kind of funny to say that Frank Stippler slowed me down, because I've been watching that guy as long as I've been alive. Okay, he's not that old, but when I was just a regular racing spectator, he was one of my driving heroes. Old Stippy. Totally bottled that. Whoa. So let's try get through here. Oh, gotta be super careful with how you use those curbs and the entry. This car's very snappy on the entry and unpredictable in my opinion. I drove a BMW 240i Cup car at the Nordschleife. I was meant to drive two cars. I was meant to drive the Porsche Cayman and the 240i, which I did in practice. I drove both in practice and in qualifying. But I started the race in the BMW and the Porsche crashed before I could get into it. So in the end, I just did the whole race in the BMW, which was never the plan. Sort of on lap 3, they said, "David, the Porsche's crashed, stay in the car." And then, so I was like, oh, okay, so that means like 2 hours in the car. And in the end, I ended up spending 3 hours and 40 minutes in the car. So that was the longest stint of my life, almost 4-hour stint. I cannot begin to articulate how different it is to race or to drive the Nordschleife in real life with a heavy car which has no power in the rain around such a crazy racetrack. It's indescribable. There was moments where I was genuinely like wondering what the hell I was doing out there in terms of preserving my livelihood. We started sort of mid-pack because I didn't actually do the qualifying lap in the BMW. I just did an out lap and an in lap, which is part of the rules. But to be honest with you, I don't think I would have done a great lap anyway, because I don't like the 240i at all. I despise it. So we started in about 20th and 14th in class, and in the end I managed to get us up to 5th in class, but way off the leader's pace. It's not a regular racetrack which you go there and you learn in the first 5 minutes of driving it. There's a lot of racetracks like that. Like even Silverstone, even though it's high speed, it's relatively easy to learn and get within sort of half a second. But with the Nordschleife, especially in the rain, in a car that I absolutely hated, I was not taking any risks, as the priority was actually not to do well in terms of pace. The priority was just to get my permit. And if I ended up crashing the car before I got my necessary laps in, I would have not got my permit and I would have been in big trouble with the team. So that was the priority. In the end, I got my grade B permit, which is actually not that hard, but we're trying to push for my grade A so that I can drive a GT3 car around there. And I will announce, if that comes to light, then I will announce accordingly what I'll be racing at the track. Until then, I can't say much. But yeah, it's been a crazy couple of weeks. It's been a crazy 4 weeks. I've driven at pretty much every single legendary racetrack there is in Europe in the last 4 weeks. In some cases, I've driven at them twice, like Mugello. I've been super privileged. Unfortunately, luck has not been on our side. At Monza, we had a pit stop issue. At Spa, we had tyre failures left, right, and centre. Nordschleife was a different kettle of fish. I was pretty happy with the end result at the Nordschleife. We even got a participation trophy, so that was quite funny. That's because we finished the race within the top 75% of the class and everything. But yeah, definitely track knowledge helps at the Nordschleife, which I'm still trying to learn. It's so bumpy, very blind. You go into Flansgarten 2, into the Beloff S's basically, and the gradient is just insane. Like, it's nothing like in the game. The game makes it so easy to go through the Beloff S's flat. In real life, it's a whole new thing. And the way you have to sort of just trust that the car is not going to snap on you, especially this freaking BMW. It's just mental. So, oh shit. Okay, so it goes without saying, I think, in the race I'm not going to be talking because it's really difficult to drive this car and I keep missing that braking point. So a quick read of the comments. Jimmy Sausages, what's happening? Hugh Hattrick, hey David, hey Hugh, how you doing, man? Looking forward to seeing you at Silverstone as well. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to Brands Hatch this weekend for the Blancpain Sprint Series. Will be my first time there. Very, very amped, which means excited. CNF, yeah, no stopper, much fuel safe, change gear around 6,000. Okay, cool, thanks for that. Soldry, greetings champ, how you doing, man? Oops, I'm not looking at the screen. David Visuals, yeah, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Terence Lewis, how you doing? Okay, matching is in progress. Guys, I'm not expecting fireworks here. I'm doing this because I missed the game. I've been wanting to play for ages. I was actually meant to be on my way to Brands Hatch now for a track day tomorrow, but that didn't materialize. So I jumped on at around 5 p.m. It's now 6 p.m. to do the FIA race. So look at that, some F50s in there. I don't know any of these drivers, by the way. My GT, what do you call it? The driver ranking is, I mean, I'm A+ now, but I'm in the 50,000s instead of 60s and 70s. I just don't have the time to do the daily races. I've been so exhausted recently from the travel and sort of the non-stop racing stuff. Especially like it's been so intense that I've been trying to maximize some sort of rest time as much as I could. Just because, yeah, it's been a non-stop sort of year. So when I get home, I don't rush the PlayStation at the moment. I rush to my couch and try unwind. The Nordschleife race was probably the most intense driving I've ever done in my life. Because of the rain and the unknowns, and we were aquaplaning down the Dottinger Herd like 250 kph. I didn't want to crash the car, so all of that made it pretty intense. And yeah, but in the end we came through. I was so happy when they said, David, pit stop driver change. I was like, yes, I can get out the car now, because it was so intense. But yeah, wow, changing at 6,000 that'll be very low revs on this car. Let's hope that we can pull through on this one. So this may take 2 goes to get right because of the strategy, but I'm only going to do the first race of this. I'm not really taking this as seriously as I'd like to. I just wanted to chat to you guys, really. So we're going to do this race and the manufacturer's race. I joined Toyota in the for the manufacturer series. Whoa. And it's cool because Yamagawa is definitely one of the best tracks for the Toyota. So looking forward to that. Okay, so if everyone's going to be short shifting at 6,000, it's actually going to be quite a slow pace in terms of managing the race and sort of the slipstream. So let's see if I get this right, ladies and gents. Let's see if I get this right. Soldry's asking how it is inside a GT3 car. It depends. When we raced in Suzuka last year, my shoes were melting, literally. Any real racing videos soon? Yes, sir. I'm going to be posting Monza, like a few laps at Monza, and then I'm going to post onboard lap of Nordschleife in the rain. I mean, the Nordschleife laps look very slow, very, very, very slow. It's just the nature of these video cameras. Like in the car, you absolutely crapping yourself from the speeds. But then you watch the onboard and you're like, oh my god, this looks pathetic. which is probably why you can't find any BMW 240i laps on YouTube. That's because it looks so pathetic, but you're just hanging on for dear life. The 240i, if I could explain, it's like driving with the force feedback wheel, which has no force feedback, like 000 force feedback. Like if you forget to plug in the power, but it's just plugged into the USB, sometimes you get that sort of lightweight steering feel. That's what you're looking at with the BMW. So there's zero communication of where the front wheels are. It's also a very heavy car, I think 1,450 kilos, 1,450 kilos, and just, oh man, I hated it. So snappy. You'd go into a corner on the brakes and the rear's just trying to snap on you. I hated it. Whoopsie. Okay, so let me just concentrate for the next 10 minutes. Let me try put a lap together. I think slipstream is going to be important. So I'm going to try to do this, and then I'll talk nonsense afterwards. That was a massive mistake. 48.5 with fuel consumption and tire wears. Quite impressive. Let's see. It's possible I may need a slipstream. But we'll get round for one more lap. But I think I need a slipstream to be in the top 5. I think. That's my theory. Damn it. Ooh-wee. So I think 48.5 was possible. I would have loved to slipstream. Okay, quickly reading your comments. To get to finish with a no stop, you must short shift at 6,000. Whew, that's insane. I see you in 12-hour Mugello. I was in circuit. Hey, Matt, 98, what's happening, man? Yeah, our car caught fire in Mugello. Okay, livery of your 48 is fantastic. Thanks so much. Which car though? The Wochenspiegel, the white one, which is pretty rad, or our 333 Blancpain Rinaldi one, which is, in my opinion, even better. Coquetzo says, I just want to say that you're an inspiration to me. After reading your tips on how to become a racing driver, I'm going to start racing before the end of this year. Mate, that's epic. Good luck, and I hope it's a success. Just realize it takes a lot of sacrifice, but if you can pull it off, if you want it bad enough, then who knows what may lay ahead for you. Pulaventris wants to know if there was any idea why there's so many blown tires at Spa. Hankook obviously says they have no idea, which is hardly a surprise. All tire manufacturers always say that they have no idea. And we suspect it was to do with a bad batch, because even the TCR front wheel drive cars were having problems, so we think it was a bad batch of tires. Every car except for 2 teams, so every car except 2 cars in the whole field had at least 1 tire puncture during the event, which is pretty shocking. Do you think Renat Salikov has the potential to get silver grade? Yeah, for sure. He is absolutely, he's a brilliant driver. He's a gentleman driver though, don't forget that. He pays to race, he does it for fun. So he's technically, he's my customer, technically. I drive for him. He's my age, 33, but he's got a lot of talent, just started very late in driving, and in the end has a lot of potential, but it's not his main focus. So, man, this is so loud. Just let me, once this is cleared, I'll keep answering questions. Matt98 says the white livery, the Wochenspiegel. Yeah, it is pretty epic. I'm just turning down the sound quickly so I can hear myself speak. Yeah, so Renat, because this is not his main focus, I think he'll stay bronze for now, but that's actually a good thing because that gives us the option to race in the Pro-Am. So in the Blancpain Endurance Series, we race in Silver Cup because we wanted to, and we can. But in the Sprint Series, we race in the Pro-Am. So Renat is bronze, I'm silver, which means we can race in Pro-Am. Turning the sound back up, hang on. Okay, so I qualified 8th instead of 7th. I saw that. Yeah, he has a green car. Nice livery there, TRZ Leonidas. Also cool. 48.4. Oof, I just missed out, hey. BFR Supra, such a good driver. 48.5. 48.6. Did I do a 6 or 7? We're about to find out. 48.7. Oh god. 48.7. So I think my potential was 48.5. I was a little bit conservative into the chicane. Christopher McDuff, good luck, thank you. Oh, look at that. I know a couple of people have a Ferrari 50. They say it's incredible to drive. Excuse me for the yawning. How was the circuit, Matt98? You talking about Mugello? It's one of my favorite circuits, top 3. Especially in the Ferrari. Wow, going through Arrabbiata 1 and 2 was just insane. But now that I've experienced the Nordschleife, nothing comes close, honestly. It's just mental. Mental, mental, mental. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to fuel save like crazy, but more importantly, I have to avoid the penalties. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to avoid the penalties. How am I gonna manage that? I'm very bad at avoiding penalties. Somehow managed to avoid that guy getting through. If I lose the slipstream, I'm in big trouble, which I am in the process of doing. Geez, these guys are revving out quite a lot. Quite a lot. You think this Popsu is just... What is he doing? I mean, is he mad? Where's the turning point? Oh, there's a penalty. I need this guy's slipstream as long as possible. Oh god. Don't, oh boy, oh boy. So I'm basically back to where I started. I'm a sitting duck here, ladies and gents. Sitting duck. Uh-oh. I fear the worst. No, still no penalty. Okay, that was surprising. Woo-wee! Can't see a thing. I have no idea where I am there. This guy's slower than I thought. I thought he was quicker than me, and he was just waiting, but he's actually a little bit slower. This race is all down to which slipstream block you get into, honestly. I needed those 2/10 in qualifying. guys probably can't hear, but the guy in front of me is revving his engine like crazy. Oh, that was on the limit. That was on the limit. But we finished with just enough fuel and we made up a position. Ah, damn it, man. Okay, I'm just sorry, I got distracted by my WhatsApp. Just 1 second. Okay, going into the chat. Sorry guys, I couldn't do better than that. I got stuck in the wrong slipstream group. Although, to be honest, I don't know if I quite had the pace, but that was really close at the end of the chicane. I thought I was getting a penalty, but I was happy with the cleanliness of my race. So, yeah. Okay, Fabian is asking if there's a way to watch GT races. Fabian, if you're still watching, youtube.com/GT World. GT World. Tune in there and you'll see the Brands Hatch and Silverstone races. A little bit of bump drafting. Yeah. So, yeah, fuel can push a little bit. Jeez, I pushed that. I was pretty close to the limit there, guys, in terms of fuel. Yeah, so Terrence and Jason, Andrew, what's happening, bro? Shit! How are you, bro? Haven't spoken to you in ages. Should I save this replay? Yeah, I'll save it for later, what the hell. Oh, man, I think we had some decent potential there in terms of maximizing strategy. I think there was an opportunity there to maximize the strategy, and it just slipped through. Okay, 5 minutes till entry here. Honestly, I am pretty fast at this racetrack. So we've got Russian name I cannot pronounce. Is that? Hang on a second. Renat, is that you, man? I think Renat's just tuned in. My teammate. David, who is faster, Leclerc or Vettel on the same car? Leclerc. Guys, I'm doing a quick toilet break. I'll be back in a second. So what tyre options do we have here? Racing mediums, cool. Leclerc, why? Oh, easy. Leclerc is just, in the end, he's going to be a faster driver. There's no question about it. Vettel is a fast driver, but he makes too many mistakes. And this year, on balance, Leclerc has been the better driver. He should have won that race in Bahrain, but obviously couldn't manage that. Who has some recommendations on on the strategy for this race? So yeah, I rate Vettel, but I just think he makes too many mistakes. Simple as that. I think he makes too many mistakes, and he lost last year's World Championship. He lost it because of the mistakes he made, and he's got a strange lack of temperament for a German driver. I think in the end, Leclerc is making the typical mistakes of a rookie, so once that gets cleaned up, he's going to be pretty difficult to beat in the same car, and then you just have to hope that Ferrari do a good job of developing a good car for the championship, so that he has a chance to take on the greatest of all time, who is Lewis Hamilton. And all of you are going to jump on now, but Bottas has beaten Hamilton twice this year, and you're all right. But even Senna didn't win every single race against his teammates, and Bottas is not a bad driver. I am surprised by his performances this year, but I still think Hamilton is going to win the championship. I'm going to read comments now. I just want to do at least one lap. For those of you who know the strategy around here, please add it in the comments section, so I know what to aim for. Oh, hello understeer, hello understeer. I saw a very funny meltdown from one of a fellow YouTuber around this track about 3 weeks ago when I was at Monza in my hotel room. I was watching some Gran Turismo, and he was talking and he touched the gravel and then he blamed it on another driver, and he was so upset, and then the commenters turned on him, which I've had. Oh man. Okay, up the hill we go. Minimize tire scrub as much as possible. Clip those apexes. Oh, down the hill we go. I could probably break one line later there. I always carry too much speed into that entry and then sacrifice the exits too much. Trying to learn, trying to adapt my driving style to carry less speed in the middle of a corner and shorten the corners more. Not like this. This is lengthening the corner. Because to drive a GT3 car, I'm learning more and more that the shorter you make the corner, the better. So don't carry the speed. Brake late. Carry a V sort of line. Oh, hello, 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 hello. Carry a V line and get on the power as soon as you can. The only trouble is in Gran Turismo, the best way to be fast in Gran Turismo is more like the way you're fast in karting. You just carry speed into the corner, flow. Don't necessarily have to brake late, but if you carry good speed, you'll be fast. So I'm starting to realize that maybe at the moment GT Sports is not my best simulator tool, which breaks my heart. It may be Assetto Corsa or iRacing. So I was looking at PC prices, because I know I promised to get a PC at the beginning of this year, but traveling around Europe to race is not cheap. Even if the teams pay me back later, whatever the case may be, I've got to front that money, and that means there ain't no time for a new PC. Oh, that was too slow. I don't remember this car being so snappy. Was there any BOP changes to this car since the last update? I haven't been around. I think I need first gear there just to get the rotation, which I did not achieve that one in that lap. Too much curb, and when you get here, that happens, and that happens. So what do we got here? Potential base 14.9, and what are they doing? 13.8. 2 laps in and I'm 1 second off. 14.1. I can definitely get there at some point. But let me quickly read the comments, because we have to enter this race. 1 stop mediums, pit lap 3. Pit lap 3? Huh? Steve Wilkinson is saying that Charles is deliberately slowed down. No, Charles made his own mistake in qualifying. He was not deliberately slowed down on this race. He crashed into the wall in Q2, and from then on his weekend was compromised. Should Ferrari have stopped him earlier? Probably yes. Would it have made a massive difference? Difficult to tell in terms of his final result. 1 stop medium, then hards. Bike Sport News is saying +3 AMY, -2 RSR. Don't know what that means, mate. Sorry. But if you could let me know what that means, I'll gladly implement. Medium, medium. Lissandro is asking if I looked at pre-built PC or PC parts. I looked at both. I just don't have the money to buy either right now. I wanted to spend my money on some other things at the moment. And another expense that is incoming, ladies and gentlemen, is a new helmet. And at this level, you need a frickin' FIA certified helmet, which costs, I'm not joking, with the spray job 5,000 euros, maybe more, depending on the kind of spray job you get. So the carbon lid itself is like 3,000 to 4,000 euros, and then the spray job is 1,000 euros. So it's pretty insane. Oh, hello. That's a prime example of making the corner go on too long. The snappy oversteer at the exit. Too much steering angle. Straighten the car as soon as possible. Try to stay close to the curb as you can. Flip it to provoke rotation. Be gentle in the braking. Wow, this thing is snappy as hell. Didn't expect that. Did not expect that. That was much better. Where has this freaking turbo lag come from, ladies and gentlemen? This is not the car I chose. It's not what I had in mind. Let's try and get a 14 before the end of this, what do you call it, matching period, sort of practice. This is the first time I'm driving here, by the way, with this combination. Oh, damn it. This car is a beast. Quickly reading comments. Okay, so everyone is pit lap 3. Super GT, what's happening? Looking forward to seeing you at Brands Hatch, bro. I'm looking forward to meeting Super GT. That's Brake Bias, and I think he meant MG. When is your next GT race? Andrew, it's this weekend, Brands Hatch. Ollie, what's happening? Hello, good luck today, just dropping in, say hi. What car is this? It's the Toyota FT something. That's the only kind of thing that's snatch and such. After Brown Todd era at Ferrari, they don't seem to have a clear strategy to winning races. Sometimes they are overthinking it. Opinion. I think running in Formula 1 is very difficult, and I have no idea what it takes because I've never been there. I think that Vettel made too many mistakes last year. That's what I can tell you. And that's why they lost the championship. Okay, one more lap. No, that was useless. Yeah, so let's be clear, they had a very, very fast car last year with good strategy. But Vettel made too many mistakes. Why is this car so snappy now? I had no idea. It must be how I'm driving it. So I need to stop talking nonsense and drive it better. Oh boy, that was on the limit. Oh, damn it. Okay, so I have a vague idea of what to do, but the strategy is going to be a concern, and I'm happy with it. What's that? 14.9. Pretty happy with that. My key's good one. No cockpit view. Not a sim racer. Sure, pal. If you've raced cockpit view in Gran Turismo, you'd know this thing is hell. It's not like racing cockpit view in iRacing, etc., which I do. iRacing, Assetto Corsa, always cockpit view. Gran Turismo, bumper view. I don't like this view. I can't see anything out of here, and it does not feel necessarily realistic. T-Slapper, hey, finally get to catch a David Pearl stream. Greetings from Texas. Hello, sir. One of my best friends is from Texas, Stephen Earl. I raced with him in 2016 and 2017 in Blancpain Sprint and Endurance. He helped me with my career. He's an absolute legend. And he comes from Texas. I suppose a lot of people come from Texas, but Port car, I want to be slow like you. Thank you, sir. Pit lap 3 to 4. Depends on the undercut, right? Holy! Super GT, you bastard. How do we do the ats? What's it? XX underscore Super GT. No. So we've got Super GT in here. Oh boy. Messy. Messy. Okay. Let me do the warm-up, because I have no idea what the hell I'm doing here. With the tyre wear, I mean. Pitting lap 3. Wait. Sorry, before I do that. It would help if I actually see what the race details are, right? How many laps is it? It's 7 lapper? 17 times. Oh my. 7 laps. Oh, okay. Okay. So then pitting end of lap 3. Decent points haul. To get the undercut. Obviously, as always, qualifying is name of the game here. So I think in the last race with the BMW, qualifying was, the lap was okay, but I needed a slipstream. Here I prefer no slipstream. I just want to be on my own, get my 2 laps in, dump as much fuel as possible. I need to not brake so late there. Okay, I'm glad I did this. Because I need to brake in this with fuel on board at the first white line, not in the middle, which is sort of where I'm doing it at the moment. Now the steering's gone dead, just like it does in the BMW 240i Cup car. Man, guys, racing at the Nordschleife was a spiritual experience. It was just insane. It's so different from real life. I mean, from sim racing. Release me anytime. Just release me now. And now. Release me now. There we go. I literally got sent out last. these guys are way too close. Okay, big risk, big risk without doing a banker lap. Let's have some fun. We are doing this for fun. I think everyone here is too clever by half, honestly. All of us just wasting our time doing this fuel burning without a banker. Stupid. Oh, nice little turbo sound there. Oh, that was terrible. That was a terrible lap. Damn it. That was pretty shocking. I think the first lap was better. First lap was better. I don't want to watch. Leroy's asking if I find GT Sport realistic. It really does depend. It depends on the what you call it, the on the car you choose, like, and the setups that they set for create for these cars is just sometimes. I mean, for example, the Ferrari setup here is just hopeless. It feels nothing like that in real life, but it is what it is. Jordan Butler, yeah, you'll only get one flying lap now. Yeah, I was aware of that. I just noticed that everyone was fuel dumping, and I realized that that lap I was on, it was okay, but if I completed it and tried to do another in lap, I don't think I would have made it in time. That's my feeling. And anyway, I should have done a 15.8 at best. So how did your licensing go for Nürburgring T-Slapper? I got my permit B, which means I can continue to race in the V4, V6 Cup cars. But whether or not I get a grade A permit is still up for debates, whatever. Yeah. So we are trying to get my grade A earlier than you usually have to do 2 races to get grade A. 2 races and 18 laps. I did all 18 laps in 1 race, so we're going to try and ask if I can get a grade A for that. I get nervous still. It's healthy. It's healthy that I still get nervous for this stuff. Neelas is asking, is there anyone suffered an error and been disconnected? Luckily, I haven't yet. Good luck, Super GT. Let's have a clean race, bro. Grade A permit, or permit A, is so you can race the GT3 cars, yes, and GT4. Neelas, you can still do the race later in the evening, bro. Thanks, guys. Alrighty. It's so funny, you can't reply by clicking on someone's name. Okay, so the guys are fuel dumping. Does it really make a difference now? I don't know. I don't know. Just so you guys know, even though I could be racing more at the Nordschleife this year, my primary target is still Blancpain. So we're racing in the Sprint Championship in Pro-Am. I've been nominated by Ferrari to represent them as their silver driver in the Blancpain GT World Challenge Europe, which is this weekend at Brands Hatch, sprint format. Very proud of that. Oh, listen to this engine, love it. And also we want to do well in the Silver Cup in the Blancpain Endurance. Next race is Silverstone next weekend. This coming weekend's Brands Hatch and then Silverstone. And then I go back to the Nordschleife, and then I may have a weekend off, or I will go to Brno. And then after that is another Blancpain event. Super tight and busy season. That is a cool livery. Ghost Cavalier, congrats. Oh, that's the guy I raced against in the BMW, the previous race. Okay, once I get to P20, I'm going to stop talking. Let's try and not spin out on the curbs here. Very, very easy. I missed Super GT. Sorry, man. I was going to give you a shout out. For those of you who don't know Super GT, go to his channel. He has the best sim racing content out of anybody, in my humble opinion. I didn't realize we had to fuel save in this race, just a little bit. mistake, I think, because I think we're going to come out in traffic. What do you reckon? Heart rate is jacked. Oh, that was on the limit, guys. That guy's gonna be pissed off with me, but I don't know if I did anything wrong. In my opinion, oh, I don't know. You guys can be the judge, but whew, P2 in the end, from P7 on the grid. I'm pretty happy with that. Wow, that was a good race. Max asks what I drive day to day. The London Tube, my man. The London Tube. Whew. That Porsche not pitting yet. Nice second. Thanks, guys. Oh, damn. I don't know. He lost it. We have to watch the replay. Let's watch the replay. I think he lost it on his own, and then I was obviously on the inside, and it was like a sort of, we have to see, but I didn't touch him going into the corner. On the exit of the corner, he was losing it on his own. I think that's the best FIA race I've ever done, honestly. I know some of you may be mad now that, well, someone crashed in my presence, whatever, but I'm not taking any fault in that one. Hell no. I'd really tried to catch the leader, but I had to catch and defend. So ZFix, thanks for the race. And G4Z, that was a phenomenal race. Yeah, I don't know. I feel good about that one. Super GT, where did you end up, brother? P7? Well done. Also good recovery. Man, I just missed out on fastest lap. Whew, that was a good race. That was a good race. I'm so happy with that. I'm really so happy with that. Wow, you're really doing nice overtake. Hit the edge, tapped you, and went out of control. You got the SR penalty. Yes, I think that's what happened. He touched the curb, and then as a result of that, I went to the inside, and then we touched each other. But I wasn't trying to touch him or anything. I wasn't even turning into him. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think if we try to watch this, I'm going to run out of the 2-hour recording time. Let's just quickly see, because YouTube knocks us off after 2 hours. Apex Chris, he got on the front curb and spun. Thank you. Okay, so that was really fun. Good fighting from P7. I may make a separate video on this one. I was thinking a lot in that race. The only bummer, in my opinion, was we had to defend so much from P3 after the pit stops that I couldn't make an attack for P1. So what should I have done? In hindsight, I could have let him through and then chased him to P1 and then attacked at the end, but I know that his tires were one step better than me, so you know, you can't control this introduction part. Yeah. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to be gone again, sadly, until next week. I won't be doing the Saturday FIA races because I'll be at Brands Hatch meeting Super GT. Pretty amped for that. So Super GT will be there. I'm going to meet him face to face. I have lots of respect for his YouTube abilities. And yeah, so this is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. You tune in to the GT Worlds channel on YouTube. You go to the live chat and you shout for Rinat Salikov and David Perrell in the 333 in the Pro-Am. Okay? That's how we're going to roll. I'm probably going to drive second in the first race, which is on Sunday morning, and then Saturday afternoon I'll do the start. Our target is not to win overall, it is to win the Pro-Am category. Okay? So Super GT, I'll see you Sunday. And well done in the Jag, mate. Pretty epic effort. I definitely had the benefit of a good car in this race, and I seem to do well at this track. So, you know, if you put me at like Dragon Trail or even worse, Nürburgring, I'd be nowhere. Still front. So thanks to all of you watching. If you are staying for the quick review of that last lap, please, by all means. For the rest of you, enjoy your evening. That was my last race of the evening for me personally. I hope you guys have good races in your events tonight, and I will catch you next week officially in the next FIA race on Wednesday. I think there's one on Wednesday. You can make a music video out of this, ladies and gentlemen. Ba 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 ba. I mean, you could argue that the guy who won the race was actually more aggressive on me than... Oh, there we go, there we go. Okay, I didn't even touch him. Ladies and gentlemen, it is clear as day. So, Steve, all respect, my man. Initially I thought that I messed up there. Whoa! Sorry, brother. So let's just hold it from this view. Take a look. For those of you waiting for real life race commentary, yeah, okay. There will be some coming soon, but I just haven't had a chance to record it and do the voiceover. Apex Chris, Tyway, stop at the end of lap 3. Okay. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go eat dinner. I'll catch you in a week's time. Like, subscribe, share, and watch GT World on Sunday in the morning and in the afternoon. Ciao.